So it's early in the morning after a crazy night, right after the dream cruise, really. And yeah, the EVO is no more. So just a quick, I don't even know where to start for this, but just looking here, you can see coolant all over the place because I think the head gasket, either the head gasket went or the head lifted. Was doing a pull and the car just kind of lost all power. Like, it wasn't responding to any power or any throttle input. Looked in the mirror and there was just a huge cloud of smoke. And then the car just died pretty much. I had to coast from the freeway off to, just some side street and just pull over. And once I pulled over, you could see, I don't know, just smoke from everywhere. Smoke from the exhaust, smoke from the dump tube. And then after some examination, found out that night, at least, that, let's see if I can get this off of one hand, coolant is filled into the reservoir, which is a pretty big issue. That means there's no coolant where there should be coolant, and it's everywhere else. So seeing that this whole side was just pretty much wet, I really couldn't figure out like what was going on. But after some further investigation, the upper radiator pipe has nothing in there, and if you hear that every time I click or put any pressure on there, you can hear air hissing into the spark plug well on number one, which is where all the coolant really is. I want to go get a little mini camera so I can actually see into the each of the cylinder walls and see if there's any other damage. They all look pretty nasty, but 1, 2, 3, 4. This probably looks a little dry because I took it out yesterday and just kind of let it sit out. I just wanted to pull one spark plug just to see what was going on, but that. Okay, cool. There's still a gap on there. It just extremely wet. But yeah, I turned it over a couple of times just now, and coolant spewed all over the place. So there is definitely either the head lifted or the head gasket just kind of exploded. So looks like I'm gonna be in for a treat. I'm gonna be doing my first head gasket ever on a car. One of the other reasons I pretty much got this car is because 4-cylinder cars, especially older 4-cylinder cars, are a lot easier to work on, a lot easier to do motor work, and I wanted to actually try my hand and actually cracking open a motor if I ever needed to. Granted, I didn't think it would it will have to be this soon. I wanted to build the motor, replace everything myself at some point down the line, but right now it's kind of crazy. So yeah, we're in for a treat. So I don't know if I'm gonna do it today or if I'm gonna do it save it for another day, but I'm gonna be pulling the head off of this, and then yeah, we're just gonna try to check levelness of the head, the block, and make sure the walls are. It's kind of crazy because I pulled the dipstick and the dipstick doesn't really have any, I guess not really milkshake. It's dirty, yes, kind of runny now, so it probably does have some coolant in there, but there's no, like, it didn't just pour everything into the, into the oil pan. So we're gonna go with either ARP studs or some L19 studs. I'm not really sure yet. I don't know if I want to go L19 or what, because I don't know what the plan is for this motor. I don't know if I want to just slap on a new turbo, like a FP Red or something with some stronger studs, and then hope we're not going to 35 psi lifting the head. I don't know if I want to start pulling this off today or what, because believe it or not, this thing, the blower for this is supposed to be, it was supposed to be here yesterday, but I don't know what's going on with FedEx. The delivery status changed to like pending instead of like the scheduled date. I've never seen that on any of my deliveries ever. So I don't know if I'm gonna get my I don't know if I'm getting the blower today, tomorrow, which tomorrow was the like original scheduled date, or if they lost it in shipping. And if they lost it in shipping, like that, like I can't believe, I wouldn't be able to believe that, because this thing it's just been constant issues all summer pretty much. So yeah, I'm gonna leave this video where it is right here right now, and then figure out what I want to do. I don't know, as far as next steps, I might just push this to the garage, just leave it alone for a while. So yeah, I'll get back with y'all at some point. So couldn't help myself, went to Harbor Freight, got this little old this camera to kind of see down into the cylinder, see the extent that we can of the damage that we can see right now. And I also got a compression tester, just to see if, you know, compression is somewhat okay. I know with the one cylinder having like a lot of coolant in it is probably not the best, but I mean, it never hurts to try. So yeah, Harbor Freight, man. Compression check revealed this up here, very poor results. Cylinder wear 1 95 psi, cylinder 2 90 psi, cylinder 3 105 psi, cylinder 4 65, which is terrible. But cylinder 4 is also the one with all the coolant in it, so it probably has the worst of whatever, like seepage, either head gasket or head lift or whatever is going on. So that kind of makes sense. I got this little Harbor Freight like camera that I've been playing around with to try to see inside. I haven't seen anything like too crazy. Just cylinder 4 and cylinder 1, just I don't know if there's just like a bunch of gunk inside of there or what, but if we look like right here, it just looks like a void the minute you put it in there. So there's definitely like some weirdness going on in there. But in, say, like cylinder 3, it looks more or less like a normal cylinder. Just look like right there. It's like you can actually see a cylinder. All right, man, so it's a new day, another analysis with this thing. So talked with the machine shop. I don't want to mention their names, I don't know how good their work is yet, but pretty much the guy told me he just suggested that I pull this head off and get it cleaned up as quick as possible, because car was running when it blew the head gasket or whatever happened, and there's coolant in the cylinder walls. And of course that's gonna make the cylinder walls rust, and then that's gonna be a whole heap of other trouble. So today my goal is to get it off and you know, get it cleaned up and see, make sure there isn't, you know, any crazy damage. So right now I got the car jacked up, and what we're gonna do is crack open the oil. Hopefully no milkshake, which means it was not super badly hurt, but it's definitely hurt. I thought this was a 15. This must be like a 17 or something. Crazy big bolt. 17mm drain bolt. So let's see what's in here. Hopefully no milkshake. I mean, if it is, then I don't know. Okay, yeah, we look good. It's definitely dirty. I was actually planning on changing it after the tuning process was done, but this is definitely gonna put a hit, you know, a hold on all that. There's no milkshake. There's no, seems to be no coolant in it. So, you know, we may be okay. So I'm gonna let that drain out, and then we'll come back. All right, so back up under here, the magnet, just to double check that we don't have any crazy stuff like inside of here. I'm just kind of moving it around to see if I can get anything. I don't think I'm getting anything over here. Oh, that's probably dirt. For the oil, dirt, bubbles. They kinda, maybe that's bearing material. Let's see. Try to see if any of this stuff over here is just gonna get picked up. There's a little bit, like you can see that right there and there, and then on the bottom of this, I think these are magnetic. Should be at least, and I guess not. Man, I don't see anything in here. It's that bubble. Yeah, those are bubbles. Yeah, I think the bottom of the motor is fine. I'm just gonna clean that off, put this back on there, and then see what happens. If I put it back together and it blows, I'll be very pissed, but I think it's fine, at least bottom end wise. Just taking all of this crap apart. It's not a lengthy process, but it's pretty time consuming. A lot of people say, or they recommend like 10 to 12 hours, but who knows. This is gonna be my first time. This is definitely gonna be my first time pulling a head off of a motor. With this thing, I got as far down as the front cover and took the oil pump gear apart, because, you know, Coyotes are very known for oil pump gear and crank sprocket failure. So I retimed that motor, but that was about it. I've never been like down to the point where I'm seeing cylinders or the cylinder walls or anything. So this is it's gonna be interesting, but you know, I'm here for it, I guess. Completely forgot, it's probably a good idea to drain the other fluid that's involved in the this little mishap. So how dirty this intercooler is. Got stuff everywhere. But I think to take the coolant out of the intercooler, I'm gonna have to use or hit this bolt. It's like huge. I try to use a 3/4 wrench. That wasn't big enough, so I'm gonna try to see if the adjustable wrench can open wide enough to get on there, and if it doesn't, then we're just gonna use, you know, more reliable, the channel locks. So see if we'll get this on here. It should be wide enough. I hate using gloves, but I really don't feel like having a lot of gunk on me, so here I am using them. Let's see what we get. I'm glad it's not that hard to get this out of here. If we get anything out of the radiator, actually. Oh gosh! Alrighty there. Jeez, man. Well, there goes these gloves. Oh, actually, these are pretty good. My hand isn't even wet, I don't think. Actually, maybe they are. Yeah, they are. I don't know what I'm talking about. Great. I guess I'm using the nitrile gloves. So, as we can see, no oil in the coolant. Did that also come out of the overflow? And overflow is still there. Wonder if there's a drain for that, or if I'm just gonna have to take this off and drain it myself. Probably take it off. But no oil in the coolant, which is pretty good. I don't even know where that nut went. Just, did I even have it, or did it just fly off? It's right here still. Ugh, that's disgusting. But yeah. So here's the game plan. Comes out. We're gonna disconnect the cold side for the intercooler, valve cover, head. Disconnect the down pipe to the test pipe, or the O2 housing to the down pipe. Remove all the various hoses and connectors, and then we should be able to pull this out just today. Yeah, we should be able to pull this out today. Based on what I'm saying, there's no guarantee that it's gonna work like that, but I'm just gonna set everybody down and do a time lapse, and then we can go from there. So radiator's out. I think I have all the bolts out for the valve cover. Got this line disconnected. This is gonna stay with this valve cover. Got the PCV over here disconnected. I think there's one over here that this that needs to be disconnected. I don't think this cam position sensor needs to be removed before taking off the valve cover, but I may end up just taking it off, because as of right now I have everything off and it's still just stuck on. So I'm gonna try to pry it off a little bit. So there's really no like real damage on the lobes. You might see like that may be some heat scarring right there, but it is very light scoring. Over here also, everything looks pretty good, so that's always a positive. Now there should be a way to, that's not too good. I don't know what's going on there. That looks like corrosion. I don't know how I just missed that. That looks like corrosion. Is that a crack? Nope. So that looks like some corrosion. Maybe that has to be like taken off and then, I don't know. But usually, ooh, these things are kind of beat up. What is this? Maybe I spoke too soon, because I don't know what that is, or this. I know that can't be normal, right? Put this thing in neutral and then try to spin her over. I don't know what the crank bolt size is, so I guess we're gonna find out. So this might be the craziest thing I've ever seen. This is I think this is some kind of bug. Just on, like, I don't even understand how. It's dead in the roller. Like, that is crazy. That's what you get when you buy a car that's been sitting for a while. So look what I managed to fucking do. Ugh. What the fuck? Here's an update. Valve cover's off. Lower and upper timing cover are off. The cam bolts are loose. I'm gonna zip tie these and then Make sure there's still tension on them. Zip tie those, and then kind of save the location of those on there. Turbo 2 exhaust manifold, mostly unbuttoned, as you can see right here. We broke a stud. Knew that was gonna happen. I'm probably gonna I might order some new exhaust studs to get these replaced, because these are super rusted and I'm kind of scared to actually, I might take those off, and if I break one, then I'll probably order new studs, probably some titanium or stainless steel, and put the FP manifold on there. But yeah, we're super close to actually taking the head off. Just got some 12-point sockets that should allow us to take the head off. And yeah, so once I get these cam gears off and actually unbutton the head, then I'll probably turn the camera back on. So actually, really quickly, I want to make a couple of notes for anybody that's trying to do this. You can't get to the timing belt at all unless you take the timing cover off. You can't remove the timing gears, the cam gears, unless you take the timing cover off, so that you can get to this tensioner right here. That tensioner is what pretty much allows the tension to stay on the cam gears, and you know, everything to stay in sync. So you know, that has to be removed if you want to, you know, take the timing gears or cam gears off. Sheesh, I don't know why I keep calling them timing gears, but yeah, just a quick note.